Hey YouTube, it's the White Man. This is going to be another little update and then my 200 sub special. July 20th, August 13th, same difference. Again, sorry about that, but stuff happens. Anyway, as for the update, I was having a little mini personal freak out because the speakers on my new laptop are on the bottom. And I was thinking, oh hey, it's a laptop. It's going to sit on my lap while I play this game. Is the sound going to pick up correctly, or is it going to be all muffled and garbled? Well, it picks up correctly. I just did a couple test recordings with Golden Sun, and apparently my microphone works better than my own ears because I'm detecting no muffle from the microphone recorded version. And so Golden Sun will resume before the 22nd. The 22nd I go back to college. Suikoden 5 will resume before the 22nd. Labyrinth of Toho will not. Labyrinth of Toho will resume eventually. I'm going to have to work very hard to recover that file. Going to farm every boss for the drops. Yeah. In the meantime, in lieu of Labyrinth of Toho, I'm going to start Final Fantasy II because I can. Now, on to the 200 subscriber special. My first poster was Hitman Reborn 665. Let's see, his words were funnies, time, and life. Alright, let's try this. Okay, story involving the word funnies. Remember, I didn't promise these would be good stories, just stories about my life. It doesn't count. Let's see. When I was younger, I used to pretend to read the newspaper. And by pretending to read the newspaper, I mean whenever I went to my grandmother's house, I had her take the funnies section out of the paper and give it to me so I could read my Garfield and whatnot. Whatever, Garfield's funny. As for time, you ever notice how, as you get older, time seems to go by faster and everything you do seems to revolve around time? Like, when I'm at work, for example, I have a 4-hour shift. 1 hour into that shift, I take a 15-minute break, and then I watch the clock for the rest of the night until 7 minutes to the end of my shift, which is when I'm allowed to clock out. Everything I do revolves around time. If I do something, it has to be at a specific time. Like, if I'm going to eat breakfast, I have to do it before 10:30. If I'm going to eat lunch, I have to do it before 2:30. If I'm going to eat dinner, hell, I'll eat dinner anytime, but, whatever. And then life. Well, that's really vague. I could tell tons of stories about life. Silence. No, I'm not. I decided not to script this out beforehand. Can you tell? Life. Well, I guess the time I started being really grateful and appreciative of my life is probably freshman year, and it's probably more when I became appreciative of my friends, but they made me appreciate my life and the fact that I'm around. So, not so much a story, just a bunch of awesome people I met freshman year. Let's see, my next commenter was Luis VKZ, whose words were alcohol, pet, and hospital. Yes, alcohol, because everybody has a funny alcohol story. I'm 19, so I don't. I've never had I won't say never. I had champagne before, but it was either New Year's or some family wedding vow renewal or whatever. Anyway, alcohol story. Actually, today at work, August 12th, a coworker and I had a conversation about all about, like, charges like drunk in public and drunk and disorderly, and the fact that the place where I live has a bar on almost every corner. So, I think it actually made it into the Guinness Book once for most bars per capita. So my little town is quite alcoholic. As for pets, well, my first pet was a cat. That was when I was like maybe 5 or 6, and we adopted her from a shelter, and she was just mean and horrible, and we just had to give her back because I was deathly allergic, and she was scratching me, and I was getting these big swollen welts, and it was just not pretty. Then after that, we had some hamsters, 2 dwarf hamsters, and then my brother had a normal hamster. While we had that normal hamster, we got our first cat named, or well, second technically, named Phoenix. That was back in '04, I want to say, so she'd be almost 7 now. And then not too long after the hamster died, we got another cat, Tiger. He's a black tiger stripe. He's morbidly obese. He's the one you usually hear me complaining about in videos because he's the one who makes noise. And hospital. I've been in the hospital for several reasons. When I was 5, I got a tonsillectomy. When I was 12 or 13, I had rhinoplasty. Medically necessary, not, oh god, my nose is too big, make it cute. Let's see, my junior year in high school, I had a hydrocele reversed. Yeah, look up hydrocele, I dare you. Those are really the only medical problems I've had. I generally don't like hospitals because I don't like seeing people sick and weak. It's one of those things. Next we have Hippie Sean, whose words were poisonous, doorknobs, and ingenious. Damn it, Sean. Okay, poisonous. I actually thought of the story for this while I was at work. Poisonous weapons in Fire Emblem pissed me off. Because one time when I was playing, I managed to let all of Gilliam's weapons break, and I had him walling off an opening. And I wasn't paying attention because I was using fast forward on the emulator. And a gargoyle or a bone walker or whatever with a poison weapon attacked him and got the tink no damage, but I didn't realize it was a poison weapon. And eventually, Gilliam ended up dying because of the poison damage, because I was too much of an idiot to pay attention. As for doorknobs, really? Doorknobs? I guess there was one time I was talking with someone and I was so distracted I actually managed to hit myself in the gut pretty hard with a doorknob. It was not pleasant whatsoever. It was really just painful. Is that a good enough story for you, Sean? I hope so. As for ingenious, I had one at work. I don't remember it now because I was too busy talking about the drunk in public. Let's see. Ingenious. Oh, I guess when I first saw Let's Playing, I was watching H.C. Bailey and I'm like, he has a ton of subscribers because he plays video games and talks while he does it. It's ingenious. I do that anyway. Because I always talk to myself when I'm playing games, and hell, why not put it on YouTube and teach people how to play games? Yeah. And last but not least, we have OMGIAGD, whose words were favorite, show, and beginning. I hate you. Really. Favorite. Well, I guess I guess I could go with one of the more recent favorites on my channel. I favorited a 2-hour medley of remixes of Necrophantasia, which is Yakumo Yukari's theme from Toho, Perfect Cherry Blossom. 2 hours. Listen to all of it. It was glorious. As for show, let's see, now I said Toho, and when I think show, I think curvy lasers. Damn it, man. As for show, crud, this shouldn't be this hard. And I can't just quit and say your words suck, because I did everybody else's. Let's see, show. Yeah, I'll skip to beginning and come back to show. Beginning Let's Playing was one of the more difficult things I ever did. I am a horrible public speaker when I have to look at people. But it was still nerve-wracking because I was doing this and I was putting it out on the internet for everyone to see. And I didn't know if I was going to get flamed or trolled or anything. Honestly, at this point, I'd welcome flamers or trolls because it'd make it more exciting. But, this was 2 years ago already, and I was absolutely terrified. Oh God, is somebody going to hate me for doing this? Let's see, as for show... Well, I have show in a quote. Yes. Alright. Junior year. Gym class. I was playing volleyball with some of my friends, fellow nerds from our gaming club. And we were just messing around. At one point, the other team serves the ball. And I pull a Captain Falcon, show me your moves! And then I Falcon punch the ball. Flies up to the ceiling and dents a light fixture. I punched it so hard. Sent that thing rocketing. As far as I know, that light fixture is still dented 3 years later. I guess that's all the story I have, because apparently people didn't want to hear my stories. They'd rather just hear me fail at Let's Playing. But, yeah, well... Anyway, this is the White Man 1992, signing off. Stay tuned for Golden Sun and eventually some Suikoden 5 and Final Fantasy 2. See you, viewers.